Welcome to my channel Underground Ring. Play. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourself at all times. Ready? Let's go. And with that, the bell rings. Tension surges through the air inside the arena. Two of the sports elite are about to test not only their skill, but their will. Saul Canelo Alvarez, calm and focused, eyes Daniel Jacobs, who paces with cautious intent. We're underway in this pivotal middleweight championship bout. Canelo had mentioned earlier that he would get something checked after the fight, likely referring to a lingering physical issue. But for now, none of that matters. This is a contest where mobility will be crucial. Jacobs, naturally the longer and ringier fighter, will have to move, pivot, adjust. He cannot afford to be stationary. And Canelo knows this. His footwork, subtle yet deliberate, cuts the ring off early. Alongside us ringside, Brian Kenny, Sergio Mora, and Chris Mannix. The commentary team settles in as the first round unfolds, already dense with anticipation. Jacobs begins by establishing range, flicking the jab, feeling for distance. There's not much power on it, just enough to keep Canelo honest. Meanwhile, Canelo, who's notably shorter, stays compact, inching forward, slipping outside the jab, occasionally touching Jacobs to the body with his own lead hand. There's a tension, an unspoken understanding between them, that this is going to be a long night. Both men are calculating. Jacobs doubles nothing. He resets after every jab. Canelo is patient as always. A jab lands clean for Alvarez, and he follows with a hard right hand to Jacobs' body. That's a Canelo signature, a body shot that sounds like it was delivered with a wooden bat. Those accumulate. This is the kind of round Jacobs would love to win. Quiet, strategic, subtle. He lands enough to stay even, but it's Canelo who sneaks in the cleaner work. He doesn't swing wildly. He doesn't chase. He just walks forward and waits for Jacobs to make a mistake. Sergio Mora chimes in, noting that Canelo is baiting that uppercut. "Be careful with that uppercut," he says. And rightfully so. If Canelo sees the opening, he'll drive it up the middle with vicious intent. The hands, Chris Mannix remarks on it, are sharp, fast, and accurate. The snap on Canelo's jab is visible from press row. It's not just speed, it's control, precision, power without waste. Round one ends. The judges' scorecards are a mystery. But ringside, many are giving that first round Canelo. He landed 8 of 32 punches, modest in quantity but telling in quality. Round two begins with the same pace. Jacobs attempts to find his rhythm, but Canelo remains elusive. Jacobs wants to counter, but Alvarez refuses to give him the window. A jab to the head, then a sneaky right to the body. This is Canelo's chessboard, and Jacobs is being forced to play his game. Still, there are moments of give and take. Jacobs lands his own body shot and briefly takes the center of the ring. It's not dominance, it's survival. Canelo lands a right hand upstairs and another hook to the body. The volume isn't high, but the damage is adding up. This is a chess match, Brian Kenny says, but a dangerous one. They trade missed haymakers mid-round, both looking for the big shot. Jacob smiles faintly. Canelo, expressionless, goes back to his steady advance. A crisp hook lands late in the round, perhaps sealing it for Alvarez again. Jacob's corner urges more urgency. Watch for that right hook, they say. Canelo has dropped opponents with it before, especially when they switch stances, as Jacob sometimes does. Round three. Canelo lands a right hand, then ducks under return shot. The crowd begins to notice. Canelo's defense is exquisite. Head movement, subtle steps, positioning. He's controlling the fight with minimal output. Jacobs lands a combination, finally, but Canelo rolls with the shots, dispersing the impact. Jacobs has endured more than most. His journey from cancer survivor to title holder is legendary, but now he's in the ring with perhaps the most complete fighter of this generation. Canelo continues digging into the ribs with body hooks, slowing Jacobs' movement, taking away his ability to bounce. Jacobs is game, but even blocked punches hurt. That's the secret of Canelo's style. He doesn't need to land clean to do damage. We move into the middle rounds. The story hasn't changed. Canelo is in control. Through 5 rounds, he's landed 60 punches to Jacob's 40, with the more impactful ones clearly in his favor. The judges notice this, and so does Jacob's corner. He's winning the quiet rounds, Sergio Mora observes, and that's dangerous. Jacobs experiments with a southpaw stance but doesn't look comfortable. His left hand lacks the sting of a natural southpaw, and his balance seems compromised. Canelo, meanwhile, continues to stalk, back Jacobs into corners, and explode with the occasional left hook. Tony Weeks warns Jacobs for a low shot, but Canelo doesn't flinch. He continues advancing, shrugging off minor infractions. In round 7, Jacobs begins to show urgency. He opens up more, lands a big left. Canelo absorbs it, but that was a flush shot. Jacobs builds on it, backs Alvarez to the ropes. Canelo covers, rolls, returns fire. There's a fire in both now. Finally, the fight has arrived. But it's Canelo who still has control. His defense is otherworldly. Floyd Mayweather comparisons emerge. He's moving forward, slipping punches, then landing hard counters. A left hook lands to Jacobs' ribs, another right upstairs. He wins the round by inches. Round 9. Jacobs now throws caution aside and launches combinations. He has success backing Canelo up. This could be his best round. Canelo lands back late, a flush right, but Jacobs showed activity. The crowd senses a shift. The fight narrows slightly on scorecards. It may be 6-3 or 7-2 for Canelo, depending on how the middle rounds were judged. Jacobs knows time is against him. Final rounds. Round 10. Jacobs' moments. Backs Canelo up again, lands hooks to the body, and a hard shot to the head. But he's expending a lot of energy. Canelo remains composed, countering when he must, still looking strong. Round 11 is similar. Jacobs lands a big shot and tries to flurry. But Canelo doesn't bite. He parries, slips, lands a hook of his own. Judges reward control. Clean punches. Canelo does both. We head to the final round. Both corners shout instructions. This is it. The middleweight championship of the world on the line. Jacobs opens up, digs deep, tries to force something to happen. Canelo? Cool as ever. He answers with combinations, lands a 3-punch set to the body, then walks away as if to say, that's enough. Jacobs chases. The crowd roars. But it's too late. Final seconds tick away. Jacobs touches gloves, respect. He brought his best, but Canelo's best was better. The decision. All 3 judges score for Saul Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision. And with that, Canelo raises his hands, waves to the crowd. Another name added to his list. Another championship retained. And another masterclass in boxing, defense, and poise. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates.